All right. Hello, everyone. This is Market This Week for the week ended 6th of October 2017. A quick look into the Indian equity market, how it did well or not, and it was a truncated week with just 4 days of trade. Well, in front of you is the weekly chart of Nifty Spot. 2 weeks back, we've been talking about the possibility of the Adam and Eve double top, and the lows have been holding fairly well. It's 9685 for the previous low, and currently 2 weeks back it tested around those levels at 9687. So we have a definite nice looking Adam and Eve double top pattern. A break of 9685, let's say 9680, will definitely confirm this pattern on the downside. Couple of things I would like to bring your attention to: that the second tag of the Bollinger Band over here, I do notice deterioration in the volume indicators like that of the MFI. So if 9685 breaks, then definitely further downsides open up for the index. But what we have is a pleasant surprise of a nice move last week, which can be looked clearly with the help of the daily chart. This is Nifty Spot daily, and we see that a nice 6-day bounce back from the index, which I sense that last Friday's move of around close to 1% was a little bit of a surprise for the market. I think most of the traders did not anticipate or expect this. Thanks to a nice move from Reliance Industries, we have quite a good 6-day bounce back. Now the question is, what happens next? Do we have an extension of this move going further? Then probably high chance is we're gonna test that psychological 10k mark and inch towards the high Bollinger Band, which is again the obvious resistance of 10,100, 10,150. Or are we heading back for lower for a retest of the previous lows, a confirmation of the double top, and then probably further serious price weakness? Um, if we look into the sectoral behavior, we see that the sectoral rotation is happening really well. The first column over here shows the biggest gainers last week, topped by the energy, metals, and commodities. Metals definitely needs a look into. Exceptional move from the metal sector. It has been an outperforming sector. This is a weekly chart of Nifty Metal. As you have noticed over here, the last line, this is my sectoral rotation curve. It is positive, 1.32 value, which clearly shows that it is an outperforming stock, though I sense that this move might well be may lead to a top out. The reason why I say this is it has gone into my contrast sell zone number one, and early signs of divergences are shaping up. Not confirmed yet, but nevertheless, the support from metals have been exceptional, and I sense that, keeping in mind the momentum that we have, let me quickly open up the metal stocks for you, and in that we can check which are the ones. Tata Steel gave an exceptional move for sure. All right, Hindalco, big breakout. Hindustan Zinc in a nice uptrend. Jindal Steel back to its previous high. So Tata Steel definitely is one stock you should look into. Big breakout came on Friday's trade, and keeping in mind the momentum that we have, might as well continue further on the upside. If you have missed the bus, I will not suggest you to chase any of these metal stocks right now. Well, what's next? So energy definitely moved really well. These are mainly your oil marketing stocks: HPCL, BPCL, IOC, Reliance, ONGC, definitely a stock which is worth keeping a watch for. Slowly but steadily moving up. That's the nature of ONGC. It's not a very quick mover, a fast mover, but once it catches up on a trend, it moves really well. This is the daily chart of ONGC. Nice uptrend above my 55 exponential moving average. The other moving averages are also in a nice order. Weekly chart suggests that we have an early breakout. This was the congestion, the zone, and if you check, lows were around 150.53, highs capped at around 168. So let's say 170, 150, a 20-point congestion zone, and we've got a breakout. So we can expect 190 on the upside from this move. And in the weekly charts, everything seems all right. And I have a nice move from the ONGC, which has taken my sectoral rotation, the outperformance, underperformance curve in the positive territory. That's always a very good sign. Reliance Industries definitely outperformed in this market in the last 6 days. It has bounced back fairly well. So support coming in from energy as well. Commodities, pharma. Now this has been an interesting space because this has been an underperformer. Let's quickly look into the weekly chart. You see that even now the candlesticks, the prices are below all my moving averages. So it's in a downtrend for sure. That is clearly reflected in this line, which is minus 0.52. So it's an underperforming sector for sure, but it's trying a lot. It's trying a lot to move into an uptrend. Short term definitely has moved into an uptrend. We see a nice sequence of higher highs, higher lows. Let me quickly take you to the constituents of the pharma space and look for any possibility shaping up there. Well, Oro Pharma, pretty sharp bounce back. So it's going back to its previous highs of close to that 760, 770 zone. Doesn't make sense to chase at this price. Cadila, not the best of stocks to trade liquidity, but breakout, yes. If it takes out that 506, 507 zone, then another principle of polarity kicking in very clearly. You see this level, which was previously a support, now it has become a very strong resistance. So this is a very important level for Cadila now. Cipla is one stock I'm keeping a very close watch for the early half of this week. I sense a break above 590 and give a short-term move for Cipla on the upside. Though the stock has gone into my let's say contra sell zone, but indicators are suggesting that there is still much headroom left. So I sense a break of 590 and I have a quick move on Cipla on the upside. DV's Lab, after a sharp move, short-term correction, now easing off. Look at the size of the candlesticks. It's completely a range contraction. So a move definitely shaping up in DV's Lab as well. Dr. Reddy is a stock that we traded on this day, Thursday, though it just completely came down and actually it's still consolidating. Coming down would be wrong to say, but I still sense that if it holds above 2400, it has higher chances of moving further on the upside. Momentum and volumes, both of them are supporting Dr. Reddy. Glaxo, not the best of charts, illiquid. Glenmark taking its own sweet time, not the best of stocks to trade. Lupin, we did a couple of trades in this stock also for the last 2 weeks. Like the way it's moving, the only thing is it's not making any long candlesticks, so the range expansion is not coming. It is clearly noted over here with my bandwidth that it's a stock which is moving up surely, but the ranges are very small. Not the best of stocks for a trading point of view. PL not that great. Sun Pharma. This is what I wanted to show you. On back to its previous highs. Nice move on Friday's trade. Moved into a short-term uptrend. All the four averages have come very close to each other. So I sense that this move which we saw on Friday might as well extend further up for Sun Pharma. And I'm also keeping a close watch on Cipla because this guy is on the verge of a breakout above that 590 mark. Well, on the other side of the spectrum, it's essentially the banking stocks. Let's look at Bank Nifty. There you go. This is a weekly chart of Bank Nifty. The anticipated double top in Bank Nifty is kind of breached. So if you have not waited for a close below this level, then your double top is confirmed and you might expect further weakness from the Bank Nifty. My sectoral strength graph tells me it's 0.01, so it's flat. The curve is just inching down, so underperformance is clear from this space, though it's a mixed space, but yes, underperforming especially from the PSU banking stocks. So Bank Nifty daily chart over here is still below my moving averages and it's below E55, just trying to break above this last Friday's high of 24,240. Let me quickly drill down to the shorter term charts. This is a 75-minute chart of Bank Nifty and this is the level. I sense this is the level for Bank Nifty. The 24,250 for the spot if it breaks out of this, I sense that the move will be really sharp, and short coverings definitely will fuel that. The reason I say this is my bandwidth is 0.01, which is at the lower end of its own standard deviation, and it's kind of a big contraction. So bottom line, the volatility indicators is suggesting one big move is coming up. Direction volatility does not tell us. On the upside, 24,250. On the downside, 2400. The 250 point range is where the Bank Nifty index is stuck in. Um, when it's about Bank Nifty, it's always useful that you should definitely look into HDFC Bank. 5 days of range contraction. If the Bank Nifty has to make or break, that make or break will come from this guy. So Bank Nifty will be supported if HDFC Bank trades above that 1810 mark. On the other hand, when I come to the short-term charts of HDFC Bank, I see early signs of weakness. So if HDFC Bank fails to take out 1810 and sustain above that, then the weakness will come below 1790, and in that case, Bank Nifty itself will also correct. So keep a close watch on both HDFC Bank and Bank Nifty this week. State Bank of India is one stock which is underperforming for quite some time. Let me show you that stock. Here you go. Completely downtrend. It's been below my averages for a long time. Managed to give a short-term bounce back, though I don't have much strong confirmed divergences from any of my indicators. This is just a bounce back in a downtrend, and I sense that this stock will probably make a range for itself or weaken furthermore. Whether the previous lows will be broken or not is yet to be seen. It's around 250, which is psychological level. But I sense that this is not the right time to get into these stocks. SBI, same goes with PNB as well. Can Bank, Bank of Baroda. Bank of Baroda, on the other hand, is taking has already gone into the phase of building a base. You look at how well this level of 135, 136 is giving it support, but still most of these stocks are in a downtrend. On the other hand of the spectrum are your Kotak Banks, all-time high, exceptionally strong stock. Yes Bank, fairly better off, above my averages. HDFC Bank I showed you is like a make or break. Axis Bank completely range bound, doesn't make sense at all. I think it will actually deteriorate if Bank Nifty fails to hold above 24,250. And then there is ICICI Bank. This is an interesting one because this stock actually outperformed earlier and now it is underperforming, moved into a downtrend, oversold across most of my indicators. No divergences yet, so I sense that this bank can also underperform going forward, but it's at very good supports. When I look into these highs, it's bounced back from there a couple of times. So 270 is a support that I'm looking close at. Intraday charts are not ready yet. They're still in a downtrend across all time frames. So it's going to be a tussle between strength from either HDFC Bank, Kotak Bank, IndusInd Bank, Yes Bank, and on the other hand, weakness coming in from ICICI Bank, State Bank of India, and the other PSU banks. The other sectors are more or less in place, nothing much to take from there. We've been talking about the IT, and finally Infosys gives a breakout. Still in a downtrend, but finally gives a breakout. Finally, breakout comes from HCL Tech as well. HCL Tech, the weekly, monthly charts are suggesting that a possibility of really big move. The reason why I'm telling you this is a monthly chart of HCL Tech, and this is a long-term Bollinger Band. It's making a pinch for quite some time, since March 2016. So I'm looking into a move coming in HCL Tech, and it's going to be of some size. The only thing is IT is under some pressure, but this stock has held really well. Tech Mahindra, like we discussed last time and last time as well, is holding fairly okay. IT, I think, is going to be mixed, but it is going to be the Bank Nifty and HDFC Bank which is probably going to make the index move. Last but not the least, I would like to show you Larsen. The reason I'm showing you Larsen and Toubro is it is at very strong supports. 1115, 111, 1125. This is a 10-point zone. Back to this zone. Buying some time here. The intraday charts look really mouth-watering because if you have a breakout above 1145, you've got a short-term move for sure. The only thing is it's got no support from for the trend or the momentum, so it's going to be a short-term bounce back. So these are the stocks in my radar: Cipla, Larsen and Toubro, HDFC Bank, and Bank Nifty. Apart from that, within the auto space, I am keeping a very close watch on Tata Motors, expecting this breakout to come, and definitely TVS Motors. Very strong counter, back to its life highs, breakout above 666. We've probably got to move on the upside. All right, guys, hope market this week is helping you to decide upon the trend and the sectors and stocks to focus upon. Any doubts, feel free to get in touch with me, details of which are given in the description below. Thank you. As always, trade well, trade wise.